Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another story. Now I believe this is What If Deku was a Sith Lord Part 5, I think. Let me double check it real fast. I was right, it's Part 5. So this is What If Deku was a Sith Lord Part 5, Force Bond. Now as we start, our What If, as you see a young, a girl laying on her bed with white hair, half white, half red, as she's having some sort of dream. As she sees, in her dream, she sees a young boy with green hair. Did I say he has green hair? Yeah, he has green hair. If I changed his hair by accident, my bad. As he sees, kid with green hair, as he's blindfolded, as a lady with green hair, as she says, "You're gonna, we're gonna use these for your next training exercise. If you get hit once, you're going to the pit. Begin." As you see these small droids, training droids for lightsaber combat, as there's three of them hovering around Izuku, all in a circle, as Izuku's using a saber for practice for this, his mother's, as they begin twirling around as they're firing. One starts firing as Izuku blocks it, as another one comes in on the left and he blocks that, as the third keep attacked him in the back as he blocks it with his hand behind his back as he blocks the blast, as they both, all three of them start blasting all at the same time. He's barely keeping up as it one, as all three of them hit him on his back as he bends down to one knee, as she says, "Put him in the pit," as she walks through the door, the hallway, as Izuku gets thrown into the pit, as Shoto, he probably figures it out, as the girl is red hair and white hair, half and half, sees them throwing the young boy in the pit, and she's like, "What's going on? What is this?" As she's confused. Who is this boy? That lady was a Sith. What's going on? As she's kind of freaking out. As you see three large creatures chained up to the wall, as a red card, I think they're called. I don't remember what they're called. My bad. There's three of them. As the same lady that throwed him into the pit, as she says, "Release them." As the shackles fall off of them, as all three of them was a mighty war, because they haven't been fed in a while. As they, one of them, sorry, one of them swipes at the young boy, as Izuku flips over the hand, as he does injects lightning into his hand, as it's shocking the creature, as he jumps up, unleashes the lightsaber that he still has for right now, as he impales in the head, as he jumps back, barely missing the second one's claws, as it barely pierces his cheek, as the first creature falls dead to his, falls down dead. As Shoto's like, "This is brutal. How can they do this to a young boy?" As she remembers what her master did to her in the Jedi Academy. Small pause. Shoto, you already figured this out, so I might as well call it. Shoto Toroki's training in the Jedi Order was brutal, and her master took it way too far. So she left the Order, and that's where she came in contact with the Grey Jedi. So that little, I might do a flashback episode about her and her trials, But let's continue our what if. As the other, there's two more creatures left. As one of them grabs Izuku, as he puts him in his mouth, as Izuku unleashes lightsaber through his head and shocking him the rest of his body using Sith lightning. As it falls down, being fried to death, as there's steam coming out of his mouth, as Izuku rushes over, swipes his lightsaber, slices lightsaber behind the knee of the last Rencard. Not Rencard, but you know what I mean. As he slashes, as it bends down to one knee, as Izuku goes in for the kill sideways, as he slices his head off, as he's panting, still blindfolded. By the way, he's like, huh. As the lady's like, huh, good, bring in the rest of them. As all you see is four more of the same creatures. As Shoto wakes, as she sees the young boy, as he takes off his blindfold, as all she sees is one eye green, a bright green, and the other one crimson red. As she wakes up from whatever this was, as she's like, oh, what the hell? What was that? As you know, she rushes to Nezu, Grandmaster Nezu. Oh, Shoto, come in, dear. What's bugging you? You're up pretty late. I had a weird nightmare. Please, explain. Please, elaborate what you saw. Interesting. I believe that's not. I don't think that's a dream, my dear. I don't know what that is. I've heard of things similar throughout the centuries that I've read. It's something called a force bond. That young boy wasn't in it the whole time. She's like, yes, Grandmaster. I believe you have a special connection to this Sith, I believe. You said they dress like Sith. Yeah, they all look like Sith. What was that? I've never experienced anything like that before. She's like, here, drink some tea, as this will calm your nerves. Why don't you try to get some rest, and we'll talk about this again in the morning if you want. Thank you, Grandmaster. As she bows and goes off, try to sleep it off. Whatever the hell that was. As, as we cut to the current time, at the same time, Izuku was, having, flashbacks of Shoto. As I guess we could do that. Yeah, I guess we could do that. As we pin down to his perspective of the Force Bond between Shoto. As you see a young girl being forced to train day in, day out. As her master at the time, do it again. As she's training with same droids with Izuku was training. As she's like, release 15 of them. As Master, that's way too much for the girl. I don't care. It needs to be done. I'm gonna turn this girl into a Sith killing machine. Release it. Yes, Master Jedi. As she's barely keeping up with it as she's being shot with those same droids, same model. As they're blasting her, as she passes out from the pain from constantly being necked down. As Sashi, stop this. That's gone way too far. It's like, whatever. If the girl can't survive, then she don't belong here. As he walks off. As we cut to, her waking up from that, as she's like, Grandmaster Sashi, what happened? Master Sashi, what happened? Don't worry about it, child. You just need to relax. He's gone way too far this time. As you go further into the vision, I guess, the force bond, as you see doing combat training with other students, he instructs a higher Padawan that's far more advanced than her. As as that happens, as they begin to the spar, as he's beating her very badly, as like, get up, Padawan. The weak will die. Only strong will survive. Again. As this goes on for a couple hours, as there was they hit her, she was hit over like a lit candle with, hot coal a little bit. As the upperclassman's getting fed up with, beating on a weakling, as he uses his force, that sprays the hot coal all over Shoto's, I think the left side. That's how she gets her scar. As she screams in pain, ah! As Shoto, not Shoto, as Asashi sees that, as he force pushes the Padawan, hitting the wall, and picks up Shoto and says, I will be contacting the High Council about your rough treatment of your students. I'll make sure you're expelled from the Jedi Order for this. Oh, I still have the picture. Sorry. As the Jedi Order casts him out, as Shoto throws her, as they bring her up to Shoto and try to apologize, as Shoto stabs her lifesaver on the wall and leaves. And Midoriya wakes up from this. She's like, what the hell was that? As he wakes up, he's pacing around on the ship. As Cassandra's like, what's wrong, little brother? As what's wrong, apprentice? It's like, I had a weird dream. I don't know what it's about. Something about a rough training with a Jedi and a Padawan and a master. I don't understand what that is. And Inka's like, huh, interesting. I've heard of that. It's something called a force bond. It's quite remarkable that you would have one with was it a Jedi? Yeah, they seem very Jedi-like, apparently. I can't get that image out of my head. As she explains the force bond. Huh, interesting. I guess fates are moving faster tonight than I realize. Alright, son, get some sleep. We'll be at the coordinates to the Jedi, the Grey Jedi's rendezvous point where we're gonna meet the Grandmaster. I want you well rested, just in case this goes bad. Yes, mother. As Cassandra, helping Izuku to his room, as she sets him down. She's like, try to get some sleep, kid. We're gonna have a busy day tomorrow. As she shuts the ship door to the room. The door, closed from upwards to downwards. I guess that's how it works. So, as we get to, the next day, as Inka and Cassandra are talking, they go to the rendezvous point. They haven't gone. They're not going to give them the location of their base, but a nearby neutral meeting ground. So there's no trickery because they're still Sith, so the Grey Jedi are not stupid. So as it's Nezu, Shoto, and some other lesser members that I don't need to name them because they're like fodder, so they're not important for right now. Oh, and no, it's Shoto, Nezu, and Izawa. He's the great Jedi. As Izawa's like, are you sure it's wise, Grandmaster, to meet Sith of all things? Do you think it's a trap? Because, our order is, known for hunting down Sith for many years. Now she's like, this one seemed different. She was more worried about. I sense she cares about her son more than killing us. I did not sense any foul play, but there's always a chance. Sith are very tricky. As Shoto's like, what? We're meeting Sith? Oh yeah, Shoto. I apparently the boy in question save May. And she's like, is May all right? Oh yeah, she apparently the Empire had her, but by fate, she was rescued by the boy that she wants to be trained under us. And Ozawa and Shoto's like, train? What do you mean? I don't know. It's don't know why would a Sith want to train with Grey Jedi, but let's see how this meeting goes, and we'll go from there. Be on guard, but don't don't be hostile towards them. Sith are very temperamental, as Nazu, is waiting, and the ship lands on an unknown planet. It's nearby the base, but not too close. As the ship lands, as they see four figures. Mei Hasame is visible, as you have three three hooded figures with some black hoods walking up to the running point with Nezu. As they get there, and Mei rushes over to Shoto and hugs her. Oh, I miss you, Shoto. Those freaking Sith were not. Those freaking Imperials were a bore, destroying my babies and all. As I'm glad you're all right. They didn't hurt you, did you? Oh no. The Imperials were going to torture me more, but luckily, my assistant over there, she points to Izuku, helped me out. He was quite oppressive, actually. I think you two would get along. First, he's not all that bad. As Inko unhoods her hood. So you must be the Grand Master. Oh yeah, where's my manners? I'm Nezu, the Grand Master of this order. And you are? I am Inko. As she bows. It's like, the one I was speaking to, yes. And this is Cassandra, my son's master. Master? Yes, my son has several masters throughout the years. Boy, meet, do your thing, greet the Grandmaster, proper respect. As Izuku pulls his hood back, his hair is longer, not like in canon, so not sure how long, but let's say it's long. So it's long green hair with one green eye and one red eye. As Shoto sees that as he bows, it's very nice to meet you, Grandmaster Nezu. As Nezu smiles, very polite. I started to like you right away. So, what the purpose of you? I'm just curious. What's the purpose of training the boy? It's insurance for my son that he will survive what's to come in the future, if somehow I was ever killed. I'm the only family he has, at least my side. His dad, out of the hand, he's somewhere else. As Nezu's, dad, interesting. We'll talk about that later, Nezu, but I like to, this is my boy and his teacher, plus bodyguard. So she'll be accompanying him if you have a problem. Hopefully that's not a problem. And Nezu's like, No, that's gonna be a problem. As long as you don't cause any trouble. As Zawa, talks to Nezu, are you sure this is wise? That's a pure-blooded Sith. And that boy, I don't know. Why is he has like his eyes are one eye red and one eye normal? I don't understand. As he's like, I want to ask a question. Um, Inko, your boy's quite intriguing. Why does he have different color eyes? If I'm able to ask, you don't have to apply. I was just curious. Oh yeah, my boy's special. As she smiles. See, my family, as we know, we are Sith. That's very noticeable. With the whole black and all. Enough about that. About Sith, dress code. I was trained by my mother to wield both sides of the Force, as I trained my boy here. But my knowledge is very limited to what my mother taught me, and I've taught my son all I can. But I figured what best person to teach him is the great Jedi himself, as your order are well known to use both sides of the Force, unlike the Jedi, very judgmental about anything that revolves around the dark side. As Nico smiles. Nessie smiles. Yeah, they're kind of like that, very judgmental people. But all right, I'll let we could talk more at the pace. I don't sense any ill will towards me or my students. And considering you saved Mei Hasame, one of our best engineers, well, come on. As they give him the location and they go. And when they get to the location, they're like, "Welcome, Inko and Midoriya, to the Grey Jedi Academy." As I don't know what it would look like. That's a big building, old school style. As they're walking, and May Shoto's asking, "So that's the boy that saved you?" "Oh yeah, he's quite adorable sometimes." "What do you mean assistant?" "Oh, he's my assistant now. He's been helping me with my babies, my new babies." Now she has a blaster. He's quite intelligent, actually. He had really good ideas. I could actually have a decent I could have a very good conversation with him, with technology wise, and not a lot of people could match my intellect, as the easy here. I mean, at first the different color eyes is off putting, but you get used to it. There's Shoto wants to ask more questions, but she's like, "Nah, I'm I'm busy now. I have stuff to do." So she goes back to her workshop and do some inventions. As Izuku and Cassandra gets to the waiting area. Here's some, make yourself at home. Me and your me and Inko need to have a, they're having a private conversation. So it's like, as that happens, so she's like, "Oh yeah, so I was curious about the boy's father. I could sense he's very strong in the force. I could sense him from this being that close to him. He hides it well, actually, very well." As she's like, "Yeah, unless the father, his dad, lovely man, by the way. His name is Asashi." As bells click off, Jedi Master Asashi, he's a legend. Yeah, I'm not going to go into details how, my dear son was created, but let's just say it wasn't, willing, if you might say. As she's like, "What?" She's like, Nezu's like, "All right, I don't want any more information. It's best that I don't know." As she goes like, "Yeah, I best it is. It's best to keep unknown as well." "So, what do you say, Nezu? Do we have a deal?" As if you let my son be taught here, you will have an ally. So was I'm allies with a off-brand of the pure Jedi, not pure Jedi, the pure Sith as well. So if you ever need my assistance, I could probably get, we'll definitely, back you up if time gets in dire. As sips his coffee, his tea, as he's like, very well, Inko, we have a deal. As he shakes her hand, as he's like, very well, it's very nice to meet you. As I gotta say bye to my son. I have some more work to do back at home base. So as, Inko, gets up, son, come here. As, she hugs him and kisses him on the forehead. It's like, listen to your masters at this academy. Follow the rules, what they have rules, what their code is. Do your best, and I'll keep in contact. All right. As she walks up, and Kennedy, keep an eye on my boy. Make sure no harm comes to him. And she's like, yes, Darthinko. Of course, I won't let anything happen to my little brother here. She's messing with his hair. She's like, you should definitely cut that. It's like, no, I have no interest in cutting my hair. I don't like it short. It's like, yeah, whatever, kid. All right, well, I guess we need to find our room. As Azawa, it's like, follow me. Your training will begin in the morning. At dawn. Don't be late. I don't like tardiness. I'll be your master for your time, for your stay here. Sith. As he walks off, and Decky's like, Izuku's like, I don't think he likes me. and Cassandra's like, well, what was your first guess? That, evil look. And just straight up calling me Sith, even though he knows my name. So, that's gonna be a fun, training session. Don't know what'd be worse, my mother's or his. They both laugh. It's like, all right, Izuku, my room is next door. If you need anything, you know where to, I'd be able to sense if anything goes wrong. Those fools, if they decide to try to assassinate you, my little brother, I'll kill them all. As it's like, all right, try not to, because we're along with a whole lot of these, gray Jedi, especially the one with the double colored hair. She was staring at me the whole I don't know, she was staring at me the whole time. As he's like, oh, it's my little Izuku getting to have a little crush. As Izuku's like, highly doubt it. I'm a Sith. They're Grey Jedi. It's never going to work out. Even if they had that sort of feeling towards me, I highly doubt it. All right, you can think about that in your dreams. So night. As that happens, and we're gonna stop it here. Hope you guys have a good day and night. Judging my time zones. All right, bye.